Hello, everybody. My name is Evrim Yavuz, and my colleague name is Dr. Melis Bayraklı, and we are both working in Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality and Directorate of Earthquake and Geotechnical Investigation as a senior geophysicist. I would like to express.
No voice.
Okay. I would like to express my gratitude in giving the opportunity for this workshop, first of all. And today we would like to express our major studies in our directorate, the general view of Istanbul, and some kind of topics about the Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality.
Sorry, John. Sorry. I think there's a sound difficulty and some error of your sound. We can hear your sound perfectly.
Maybe now, is it okay? Much more louder.
Yeah, that's great. That's great now.
Okay.
Thank
you. And yes, as you know, Istanbul is a mega city and a historical city, and Istanbul has hosted lots of civilizations such as Byzantium and Ottoman Empire and the others. And Istanbul has also 1.2 million buildings capacity and 16 million population, except immigrants, and lots of industrial structures, underwater tunnels, metro lines, bridges, etc. So this is an important way to concentrate our city in our country. And also several historical earthquakes and triggered tsunamis hit Istanbul in the past, and significant life loss and damage within the city. First of all, if you look at the tectonic structure of Istanbul, not only the Istanbul, in Turkey, 4 different tectonic plates are surrounded in and around Turkey. One of them is Eurasia, Africa, Anatolia, and Arabian plates. These tectonic structures that are controlled the active tectonics in Turkey. Between these plates, there is a longest North Anatolian fault zone was occurred. The movement of Anatolian and Eurasian plate, and also the Arabian collision. And Istanbul is located the western part of North Anatolian fault zone. Looking at the seismicity in Turkey, these are I couldn't see the upside down. In the last century, the Kandilli Observatory was recorded about 11,000 earthquakes with higher than 4.0 magnitude in and around Turkey. So the seismicity is really complex in Turkey. In other words, if you look at looking at this, if we're looking at the more detailed way in North Anatolian fault zone, as we can see, the largest earthquake in the instrumental period in Turkey in 1989 earthquake that was occurred on Erzincan in 7.9 earthquake, and year by year the western migration, as we can see, the western mitigation through the North Anatolian fault zone. The last earthquakes are the 1999 earthquakes in Izmit and Düzce earthquakes. These affects really negatively also Izmit, Düzce, and the other cities, also Istanbul. But now we have a seismic gap offshore of the Istanbul, offshore of the Marmara Sea also. So we expected the earthquake as you can see in the red line. Both of these reasons, our directorate was founded in 1994, but our directorate is accelerated our works after the 1999 earthquakes. Our main responsibilities are to plan and execute projects and surveys, to carry out or have work done on the determination of urban risk, the creation of disaster hazard and risk maps, to give opinions on geological, geophysical, and geotechnical investigation reports. And if you're looking at some major projects, we have lots of projects in our directorate, but we have to mention some of the important projects. And in the next slides, I will explain some of them. For example, this is one of the project, Istanbul Province. This is one of the project is Istanbul Province Disaster Prevention Mitigation Basis Plan Study, including seismic microresonation. This is the first project in our directorate after the 1999 earthquake. We are in a collaboration with Japanese companies and JICA, maybe as you know. In this project, these projects objectives are to compile seismic microresonation maps, to advise on new building construction for earthquake-resistant urbanization, for the seismic disaster prevention damage reduction plan for the city of Istanbul and its surroundings. This study is not only concentrated on the life loss or injured people, but also all engineering structures such as buildings, tunnels, bridges, and etc. The important point is about the Model C, as you can see in the left side, because the several seismic models, we have 4 different seismic models are generated in this project, but the worst scenario is equal to Model C. So there's a potential risk is about the Model C, and between these models, the most probable earthquake scenario, we produce the most probable earthquake rupture scenario, and we use this model for our future projects. And after that, 2007 and 2009, the European and Anatolian site microresonation projects are completed with lots of universities, companies, in both foreign and national companies. The geological and geotechnical investigation, geophysical investigations within the project area are carried out in this project. Vulnerable areas are determined depending on the earthquake effect and local soil conditions. New engineering solutions are developed in terms of earthquake soil structure interactions. Land use maps are prepared. These results are also used in a base of earthquake hazard and tsunami analysis. I will explain them in the next slides. As you can see, lots of maps in here. These are the geophysical, geotechnical, various maps we produces about the microresonation projects. And almost all Anatolian sites, as well as more local investigation in European sites, were completed during this project. By the end of this year, our directorate will start the 3rd phase study, which will focus on the rest of European sites and new settlements. As you can see, the red lines in here, and the year is here. The other one is about megacity indicator system. The abbreviation is Mega East, is completed in 2012. Mega East is the different kind of study in our directorate, for example. Mega is the disaster risk analysis that focused on a social vulnerability and the physical damage. The capacity for disaster recovery has also been revealed. The important point is there because the Istanbul has 39 districts, and for example, the red bar is equal to the life loss, and the green bar is equal to injured people. After some determinations, Fatih has a high risk, and also the historical peninsula in Istanbul, maybe as you know, is located in Fatih. The other project is about the probable earthquake loss estimates for Istanbul Province. We are in a collaboration with Kandilli Observatory, maybe you know Boğaziçi University Kandilli Observatory. And after that, the important point is about the heavily damaged buildings. This is a simulated study. So we calculated about about 5,000 buildings are very heavily damaged buildings, and the other one is about 15,000 or 35,000 life loss is important. The other important point is about the earth building ages. Before 2000 and also before the 1999 earthquake, two and a third of buildings are constructed in these years, but the regulations are differentiated by year. So the population, the life of concrete, the life of building type, and the potential earthquake potential, and especially of updated earthquake regulations, buildings that should be focused on urban renewal are also determined. And our last study is about our important last study is about tsunami risk investigation in the Marmara coast of Istanbul and tsunami action plans. First of all, the possible tsunami that will occur after the possible Istanbul earthquake, as I explained in the JICA scenario, in the model C, like a model C. Both seismic and triggered landslides. The important point is about the triggered landslide, because we always concentrate on the seismic scenarios, but offshore of Istanbul, offshore in the Marmara Sea, at the bottom of Marmara Sea, some kind of landslide areas, some kind of trends are occurred inside there, and the important points of in these figures, as you can see in the right side, 3 landslide scenarios are used for this area. For example, the LSPC is equal to Büyükçekmece landslide area. This is the worst scenario for worst scenario. So we use this scenario on our simulations, seismic and triggered landslide tsunami simulations by 10-30 minutes intervals, and we produce earthquake tsunami hazard maps and the booklets of all districts in Istanbul. And as you can reach the booklets, our website, as I will explain it in the next slide. And the last one is about our action plan and field studies. Nowadays, we are dealing with them because this is an important point, I think. For example, we obtain a tsunami risk plan in here, and after that, we are in a collaboration with different kind of experts and universities and companies. So we determine some evacuation routes and safety zones in here. You can easily see the, for example of the evacuation routes in here, and the other one is about the safety zone. And all districts will have information signs in the coastlines. And also, this is important, I think. I'd like to mention about this is a very concrete example of tsunami field application throughout Turkey. And this is likely to present a good example for other cities prone to tsunami risk within Turkey. And this is my last slide. Here's our website, depremzemin.ibb.istanbul. All the works completed by our directorate are shared on the website below. The map I'm showing here is produced using the integrated approach, which synthesized results from previous projects in terms of disaster risk. And this map is used by other departments as a main guide to carry out works in terms of urban renewal. These are the brief information of our directorate for making our city more resilient. Thank you for your attention.